The ocean is flat, endless, and unforgiving. No landmarks, no roads, no GPS. Yet, centuries before satellites, before compasses were common, Vikings crossed thousands of miles of open sea with uncanny precision. How did they do it? Today we're diving into the Viking navigation secret that could unlock your own ability to read the world without modern tech. Stick around and make sure you hit subscribe. It's like strapping on a longship for your mind every time you watch. Vikings didn't just follow the sun, they understood it. They watched its rise and fall, its angle at dawn and dusk, turning the sky into a living compass. The trick was subtle but brilliant. During the day, the sun's position could guide them east or west, and by observing the length and direction of shadows, they could estimate their latitude. It wasn't guesswork. It was observation fused with experience. Every sailor memorized these rhythms like a secret language. Night brought even more tools. Vikings studied the stars, not just the North Star, which everyone knows, but entire constellations that shifted with the seasons. They could gauge their position by the height of stars above the horizon. It's a method that sounds archaic, but in reality, it's astonishingly accurate. Modern sailors sometimes use the same techniques in emergencies. Here's where things get legendary. Vikings reportedly carried something called a sunstone. Not a decorative trinket, not a myth. They used it to detect the sun's position even on cloudy days. The sunstone works through a property called polarization, splitting light into different planes. Hold it up, rotate it, and you can see the direction of the sun, even when it's hidden behind storm clouds or fog. Imagine knowing where the sun is while staring into a gray, turbulent sea with zero landmarks. That's Viking ingenuity at its finest. Modern science has confirmed that certain minerals, like Icelandic spar, could make this possible. The Vikings weren't guessing. They had tools that could literally point them home. You know, Vikings were nature analysts before it was cool. Birds, waves, and clouds became vital navigational guides. They noticed which seabirds flew out to sea in the morning and returned to land at night, hinting at the direction of distant shores. Wave patterns told them about currents and even underwater topography. Clouds reflected land or islands in their shapes, guiding sailors through invisible hazards. Every detail in the environment became a piece of the navigation puzzle. Their maps weren't paper. They were in their eyes, in their minds, and in the rhythm of the ocean. Even with all these tools, Vikings weren't purely lucky. They practiced dead reckoning, a method of estimating position based on speed, direction, and time. Count your oars, track the sun, watch the waves, and you can predict where you are even without sight of land. They combined this with experience, noticing how currents pushed their ships, how wind shifted at certain latitudes, and how seasons changed the behavior of the sea. This method required constant attention, a mental map in motion, and an acute sense of timing. It's not magic, it's applied logic and observation, sharpened over decades at sea. The Viking navigation method isn't just history, it's a survival lesson. Imagine a world where your smartphone dies, your GPS fails, and all you have is your mind and the sky. Using the principles Vikings mastered, you could still find your way, read your environment, and make critical decisions for survival. This isn't a gimmick. It's applied knowledge humans use to conquer oceans and explore unknown worlds. Modern explorers, survivalists, and adventurers still study these methods because they work. They're proof that ancient wisdom can beat modern dependency. First, observation is everything. The world constantly communicates if you know how to listen. Second, don't rely solely on tech. Tools are temporary, skills are permanent. Third, nature is a map, a compass, and a teacher all at once. Learning how to read it puts control back in your hands. Vikings weren't just travelers. They were environmental analysts, mathematicians of the ocean, and masters of improvisation. So the next time you're on the water, in the wilderness, or even just looking at the sky from your backyard, remember, the Vikings left us more than stories of raids and treasure. They left a survival code embedded in the stars, the sun, and the waves. It's a code anyone can learn, anyone can apply, and anyone can survive with. If you want to keep unlocking hidden survival secrets from history, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Share this knowledge with friends and let's make sure the ancient survival code lives on in the modern world.